My delusional wife keeps close contact with her prisoner ex-WHO cheated on her many times, so I'm giving her an ultimatum. My wife and I have been married for 12 years and have 3 kids. For the most part, our relationship has been great except for her ex, who was her first love. His name was Ben and he was an interesting person to say the least. They dated for 5 years or so and he cheated on her throughout their relationship. Ben is known for being in and out of jail on a regular basis. For him, my wife is the one that got away. For the first 6 years we were together, he would call her occasionally and they'd spend hours on the phone. I wasn't too worried about it, I knew their history. Sometimes he would call her from jail because he says her number is the only one he knows off the top of his head. I got a good chuckle from that because my wife and I knew that he was lying. About 7 years ago, Ben got out of a longer stint in jail. He got a real job working 40 hours a week and was doing okay for himself. He started to call and text my wife more. At first I didn't think much of it, but it got to the point where they were talking on a daily basis. Before she would just kind of laugh about him and his situation, but she was getting pretty invested in his life. When she would talk to him and I happened to be there, her voice would change and it was almost as if she was talking to me. So it started to really bug me. I told her at the time I'm not feeling comfortable with how close they are getting. Texting all the time and talking every day. My gut was telling me that this wasn't right. I know she wasn't physically cheating, but I couldn't help but feel there was some emotional stuff going on. I asked her how I would feel if I read their text conversations. She told me I have nothing to worry about, but I wouldn't like what I see, but mostly cause it would be weird seeing their banter. I pressed for more info. She said yes, there is no doubt he wants to sleep with her, but it doesn't matter because that's not what she wants. She likes having him as a friend. She told me sometimes he would say something like, "I'm waiting for you," or try to flirt, but my wife never gave in. So in my mind that's basically the most innocent thing he's said, and there is probably much worse. I told her I really don't like this, but she would not stop talking to him. The problem ended up solving itself to an extent. He suddenly disappeared. About a year later he called her from jail. Apparently he decided to pick up dealing substances, got busted and now is in prison for the next 3 years. He recently got released a few weeks ago, which started the entire drama all over again. So of course, he calls my wife. They texted each other for about a month and they decided to meet up at a restaurant. I told her I'm not too keen on this, but I trust her. So she goes, comes home a couple hours later and is completely trashed. Apparently he started to feed her tequila shots. She had a sticker from his place of work near her BTT. I was not happy but played it as cool as I could. The next week she mentioned to me that Ben wanted to go to the restaurant again, but she laughed at him and said no, we can't do this every week, maybe every month. I corrected her and told her maybe every year. She gave me a dirty look and I said I didn't like her going out. I'm not telling you who you can or can't talk to, but I'm not liking what's starting to happen. He clearly is trying to get into your pants. It seems like the same cycle that happened last time and I'm just not okay with it. She told me that she has never cheated on me or given me any reason to think she would be cheating on me, and she's earned the right of my trust and she should be able to talk to whoever she wants. She will always have love for him, but she's not in love with him. Yes, he would do anything to sleep with her, but that's not what she wants me. So over the next couple months, they never met up again, but they were texting all the time. She wasn't hiding the fact that they were texting, but it's just odd. She tells me what's going on with all of her friends' lives, but when it came to him she offered as little information as she possibly could. One morning I woke up and rolled over and saw that she was texting him good morning. I was getting the same vibes as before. I told her I'm just not okay with this, I'm worried it's going to evolve into what was going on the previous time he got out of prison. She told me fine, I won't talk to him as much. The next day I was sitting next to her and she had her messages open and I noticed she silenced his notifications. At this point, I was just done. I told her that I'm not going to sit and watch her enter into what my gut tells me is an emotional affair. It happened before, and if it wasn't happening now it would start soon. She gave me the line about never physically cheating. I told her I'm not talking about physical cheating, I'm talking about emotional cheating. So she has a choice, him or me. If she chose me, he needs to be out of our lives. She chose me but is clearly not happy about it. She feels like we lost our foundation of trust and her freedom to talk to whoever she wants, and it was a crappy thing for me to do to give her an ultimatum like that. I told her I don't want to live our life together with this guy in the background constantly trying to get in her pants. She wasn't listening to me, so it was the only choice I had as far as I'm concerned.